Next I'm going to install this MAXIMERA sliding drawer or whatever it's called right under this sink. In theory it should have been there, but as you know, I decided to put something else in there, and this thing could be perfect for the from this area. I could have just returned it, but I think it fits really well here. Hopefully, we'll see. Taking a look at the documentation, yes, this thing is really versatile. You can make a whole cabinet only with these things, or with fewer of them and bigger plates in the front. You can even have hidden ones like in here, so only two front plates but more of these small drawers inside. This is really cool. Or something like this, but for me it will be this situation right here. But looking at this thing, I think this was quite expensive. It has a lot of weird metal stuff, but yeah, anyway, let's get to it. As always, don't work directly on this, working on its cardboard. And it's telling us what we're getting. We need to remove that. Whoa, why do we need to remove that? I hope I'm not going to need to get this thing out. Ah, okay. I think it would actually hit the plastic because they are quite close to the edge. So probably it needs to remain like this without the plastic protection. I was afraid for a second that I would need to take this whole thing out from the wall, which I would not do at this point in time. So you just don't use the protection because it would hit it. This thing is quite wide, it seems, and quite deep. Not this one, because this is for the shorter top cabinets, but I'm using it in a bigger cabinet because in the back I have lots of things that I would hit with a longer one. So this is quite perfect for this particular situation. Yeah, without further rambling, let me get to doing these steps right here. This one doesn't matter. Click, 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 click. So click with click with click, and we should have basically the frame in which we slide this thing. Hopefully it's that easy. Nah, it's never that easy. Are you kidding me? It's actually this easy. So this thing right here locks in place in these two clips right here, and the rest of it somehow follows the contour of this. So you simply, yeah, it's close to impossible for me to do it with one hand, but I'm going to at least try to show you. Something like this, and then I just push it. But I don't think, yeah, I cannot do it with one hand. I'm sorry about that. Or nope, but it's in the perfect position. I just need to push it about 2 or 3 millimeters in, and it's clipped and the frame is finished. At this point we take this is the back edge, this will go on the bottom, it will go onto these things to lock it a bit like this, and we simply need to align everything up and slide it in here. But obviously, once again, I'm not going to be able to do this with one hand. You simply push this, making sure these things go in the rails under this, something like this. Or yeah, it is going in. Not extremely easy with one hand because I keep bending all the stuff all around, but it's getting there anyway, almost in. I think it's now fully in. So we are here, and this looks really complicated as you can see, but it seems to be assembling really easily, which is quite cool. And now I know what this white thing is from. It's a separate panel that you use to close this thing when you don't have a front facing door. So when this is used recessed behind other doors. So putting this in here, it seems we are using these things, something like that, presumably. I hope I'm getting this right. I will see exactly about the orientation, but I'm thinking this is the correct orientation. I still could be wrong. I will look into that, because as you can see, this seems to be more in the middle compared to what I have in here. So I don't want to put them the wrong side up. So let's continue. I will tell you in a moment. When this thing is installed right at the top, it comes with two little plastic protections that you would actually put so the handle itself, the screw from the handle, wouldn't hit this and leave nasty marks on it. You simply put them to protect the screw, so plastic, quite soft plastic, actually hits this thing first. I don't think my handles will be touching it in the position I'm using it here, but I'm keeping this close just in case I actually need to use them when I install the handles. We'll see about that. So now let's get and install those weird metal things onto it. In the end, they need to go like this, and I need to rotate this, and it will lock in place something like this. It slides in right down there, and in here once again you can see it has something that it slides into, and probably we need to push, yep, and then presumably we somehow lock it in place with that Phillips or plus or whatever you want to call it screw, plastic screw. Nope, it seems we don't actually do anything with that particular screw, so this thing already locked in place, and I cannot get it out of here. So this thing is really easy to assemble. Yeah, it was my fault. I should have come to page 13 for my particular use scenario, and here you can see the holes are exactly as I had them. They are not centered. So yeah, anyway, managed to go past this. Now I need to install these things. This will be fun. They tell you which holes to use to attach this thing to the rest of the cabinet for every single scenario out there. I kind of honestly used my own. Hopefully they will work. Yes, you can actually adjust it from this screw. You can adjust it vertically to make sure you align them, and to align them horizontally you can use the other screw that I was just showing you and not knowing what it actually can do. So we are talking about this and this. So vertically, horizontally. That's quite cool. And it seems that you can unlock it somehow from this, presumably pushing that thing upwards. You can pull this out if you want to take it off again. Now, having these things in position, I use this and this on both sides. Hopefully it will be just under this thing, and I want it a bit deeper in there. Let's see. Oopsie, that was a fail. So I need to move it a bit lower. To put it in place, you just tip it like this over the rails and then start pushing it, and it kind of locks in place by itself, and at this point it's fully working, and it has that whatever soft close mechanism. So yep, we are clearing it, and we are also clearing it from the back. I think we have a few fingers between pipes and this thing, almost, I think about this much. So it's quite okay in my opinion. This space I think would have been unused, but you can go much cheaper than this. And honestly, yeah, it's quite annoying. You need to lay low and get something from the back. Like this, it's nice. You get it all the way here, you take what you need and simply push it back. But a much cheaper solution would be one of, where is it? One of these short things, short on this direction, because this is about 37 centimeters or something like that. would be as long as this one, and again much cheaper. And look how nice the holes look after I put it in the wrong position the first time. Thank you IKEA for that, making this really brittle. Anyway, nothing that I can do about it. There's that. So this is installed, and obviously the doors closed because why wouldn't they? They have plenty of room in here. And I don't need to add anything else apart from these plastic thingies that are basically covers for this. And those 3 pieces of paper with 340 x 90 on them, I have no clue what they are for because they are nowhere to be found in the manual. So yeah, anyway. And these little thingies, where are they? The little rubber or silicone spacers, again in my particular use scenario, they are not needed. Just wanted to add, to have one of these drawers, you need the special hinges that open up much more than standard ones. You can see how much they actually open and pull out of the way. A standard door will not clear this thing. So this was more expensive, this was more expensive. Anyway, there's that. Nothing that I can do. I bought it, I'm using it. Would I buy it again? I don't know, for the minimum advantage that it gives me in this particular situation. But at least I got to play with this thing. Maybe wife will like it, maybe she won't. If she likes it, then at least I have that going for me, which is nice.